Today, justice was won in the case of People versus Harvey Weinstein. In this criminal case, I represented Jane Doe 2. Number 2 is Lauren Young, who gives permission to use her name, and Natasha M., who was an 1101B witness, which is sometimes called a Me Too witness or a prior bad act witness. Lauren was also a witness in the New York criminal case against Harvey Weinstein. I just spoke to her, and she's very happy that there were convictions in this case. And she also indicates that if, as, and when the prosecution decides to prosecute Mr. Weinstein again, she is willing to testify again in a third criminal trial against Mr. Weinstein. In the New York criminal case, Mr. Weinstein was convicted of criminal sexual assault of my client, Mimi Haley. And based on that conviction, he was sentenced to 20 years in New York State Prison. He was also sentenced to 3 years after he was convicted of third-degree rape against another victim whom I did not represent in that case. The New York Court of Appeals, which is New York's highest court, has agreed to hear Mr. Weinstein's appeal in 2023, in July. Given that there is now a possibility, although hopefully not a probability, that Mr. Weinstein's convictions in New York could be reversed, the Los Angeles prosecution is very important. Even if the New York conviction remains intact, the women whom Harvey Weinstein victimized in Southern California deserved to have their day in court. And I'm glad that they received that in this criminal case in Los Angeles. So at this point, it will be for the prosecutor to make that decision as to whether he will retry the count for Lauren Young, and we'll await that decision. I expect that the judge will set a sentencing date, and that will be a time when the victim impact statements can be given. And at that point, I'll have a comment on Jane Doe 5, and if she is permitted to speak, she will speak at that victim impact statement. That'll be up to the judge to allow her or not allow her to speak at the sentencing.